All right, I think we should probably get started.
Yep.
This will be recorded, right, Graham?
Yep, there's 2 bots in there recording everything.
Look at that. Okay, so welcome everybody. It's been a while since we've done one of these. The team has been pretty busy. We've had a lot going on. So it's looking pretty good. We are getting very, very close to the launch. Soon is becoming very, very soon. So we're all excited about that. We'll have a bit of a chat about how we're going to proceed with this, and then we hope to get a little bit of feedback from you guys, and maybe the general consensus of what the sentiment is at the moment from our community before we make our move. So I think let's just get started with Lightspeed. Yep, Lightspeed is up finally. There might still be some little bugs and glitches, but unfortunately it was a very small amount of people that were available on the test net to sort of stress test it. So this is to be expected when we suddenly have 100 people that start playing the game on our poor little server. So yeah, I mean, look, it's been actually ready for a very long time. We've been playing it for a very long time, myself and the team. It's fully homemade, so we're very happy about that. I think when anybody from the team starts playing, it's very emotional to see something that we've sort of built with the help of some of our community members, actually. I don't see them in the chat right now. I know one of them is on holiday, but if you do see Lankras around in the chat, he helped with the back-end side of the game, so big ups to him. So look, this is now live. There will be, continuous updates to the game to make it a bit more smooth and a bit more friendly. There will be a bunch of different leaderboards that will be coming with it. So we're going to have the all-time leaderboard. We're going to have the monthly, weekly, daily leaderboards. And as you can see, when you start the game right now, there is a ranked button that is currently grayed out. So this will become available shortly. I can't give you guys any dates because it's still quite a bit of work that needs to go into that. And this will be the smart contract side of the minigame. So it will be a pay-to-play sort of model. And then there will be Orbit or other prizes, rewards distributed according to the income from the pay-to-play. So we don't want to limit it to, obviously, only the people that are extremely good at the game. I'm looking at a few in this chat already. So we don't want to make it completely unfair to people that are or have this gift at gaming and that are going to dominate the minigame. So we want to keep it sort of fair for everybody. So we'll find a way to sort of bracket the users into their sort of playing style or levels, if you will. And then we'll be paying out, daily rewards, weekly rewards, monthly rewards through the smart contract version of the game, which will be the ranked version. So I think that's it from me. I don't know if you guys want to add anything, Chris or Graham, and then maybe we can take a couple of questions about that, if there is any.
I was only going to say that when Joe references people that are really good, naturally gifted at gaming, he was only speaking to me and not Jiraiya. Thank you.
Yeah, I suck at the game, so...
He's also actually with Miyazaki that already almost, by 10 points, almost beat my high score that I spent days setting.
Too good at this, guys. Too good at this. Yeah, any questions from the ground, from the floor for this, please? Any at all? Any feedback for Lightspeed? I saw people posting on Twitter saying, holy shit, it's fun. I'm losing my entire day to this. No?
Nobody?
Oh, there's one.
Nobody? How about
Yeah,
it?
here he is.
If this guy says when launch, man, I swear to God.
When White Moon, you mean? Oh, I've been playing it since Lightspeed came out, but I'm just now during the AMA also just trying to get those 10 points more to beat fucking Joe. Fucking hell.
Yeah, good luck, man. Good luck beating the master.
But like it's clean, like the music is nice in the background. Well, to be fair, like the first hour I didn't have my headset on, so I had no music. But now that I did, like it's just chill and I just good to fuck around in, I guess. Yeah, I'm liking it.
Yeah, big up for the music, guys. It's by Crypto Maximalist.
Maximal,
He
yeah,
did
man.
this track early on in the Discord, and we decided to put it in the game. And every time it comes on, I'm like so pumped.
Nice.
Yeah, once you have a game with it on, it's hard to play again, and you do have to restart it and restart it and restart it until you get the maximal tune on. It's just not the same, man. It's just not the same. Maybe
It
we need
is.
maximal permanent.
We'll get rid of the other track, yeah. So if there's any like singers, songwriters, or producers or whatever, and you're making music and you want to make music that we're gonna put in our mini games, please do it. It will be great exposure. We'll put you in the credits. It's a win-win
Yeah.
situation.
Maverick wants to make a country song for us, don't he?
That
See?
sounds interesting.
I feel like Maverick is my spirit animal, man. I really do. Bourbon, country music, and that is it. That is all he does. Oh, sorry, crypto as well. Chuck crypto in there. What an inspiration, man. What an inspiration.
Yeah, 100%. Right, we've got another question or two actually from Maverick himself. Let me maybe put him on. Hey, Maverick.
Oh.
He's muted though.
No,
He's not. Yeah.
But I can't hear him. I think he didn't plug his mic in properly.
Yeah, he only speaks in country. Anyway, we've got another question from Mr. Black. Let's put him on.
Hey, hello guys.
Hey, Coffee,
Hey.
what's up?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you guys?
Very
Yeah,
good.
we're fantastic, man. Fantastic.
And I want to ask you something. When are you guys gonna fire Graham for good? Because I want to hire him for my project, and
Bro.
then I can fire him there also. So it's a win-win.
Why don't we do this, man? Like, because he's probably fired about 50% of the time. So when he's fired here, you can have him. But then as soon as you fire him, we take him back, yeah? So it's just a bit of back and forth.
Oh man, that's genius, really. That's
All right,
really
just
good.
start stacking up on noodles, yeah? Because he's not cheap, man.
Well, I can give him
It's like-
something, but I can save now.
Oh, bro, what are you gonna give me, man? Sounds illegal. Sounds illegal, man.
We will talk in private, man. Okay, guys. So really excited for the launch, and good luck with it. And this is all for me.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Coffee,
Alright.
man.
Thank you for
Cheers,
having me.
Coffee. All
Go on,
right.
Maverick's
we
back.
got Maverick's back. Yeah. Okay, let's.
Please work. Please work.
Yes.
Hey.
I can hear you.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. How are you, man? How was your trip?
Wonderful, wonderful. Good to be back and to see everybody's PFP faces.
Oh.
We missed you, man.
Oh.
A lot of people in the chat randomly asking, like, where is Maverick? Like, haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, I
started-
escaped. I escaped for a little bit. Yeah, I had to. So hey, the game's great. Enjoy it. It's simple. I'm one of the dummies that just sat there and spun around in my ship, dying over and over again until I read in the chat that you could actually move about, and then I started hitting random buttons on my keyboard until I figured it out. So, yep. Hey, it's fun though. Great job, and I'll be participating, but I suck. So put me at the very bottom bracket, please.
Yeah, we'll try and make sure it's as fair as possible with this. Like, I'm surprised actually that some of these high scores are already there. It's crazy.
I am too. As soon as I saw the high scores popping up by Ezekiel, I was like, I'm done. I'll just do this later. I'm glad y'all called an AMA. Obviously, everybody's anticipating the launch coming up. So, is this going to be the formal announcement here of when the launch is, or is this just getting everybody together to talk Orbit in general?
So we will be talking towards the end of the AMA about the launch and the plans we have. Again, we won't be giving any specific, like, precise time. Like we've always said, you know, it's still a bit of a stealth launch. Obviously, we want to give you guys like a bracket of time where you would need to be available if you're looking at buying some tokens at a discounted price. But we won't be giving you guys an exact day and time right now. We'll might be narrowing it down to a day or two, but that's about all you're gonna get from us today.
Hey, perfect. I'm just getting caught up. So, hey, I just wanted to say hello, and yeah, I'll be around. No country song right now, though. Sorry, Graham and Chris.
Oh,
Gotta be worth the wait, my man.
Hey, I'll go back to the audience, but good talking to y'all.
Much love, man.
Okay, so no more requests. That's all for Lightspeed. That's all for catching up. Anybody else wants to come up and tell us about their recent holiday on the beach, drinking Mai Tais and getting their tan on, or?
we
Sounds
got
boring,
Phoenix on
man.
here. All right, here we go.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, Phoenix.
It's
Yeah, we do.
Phoenix.
There's a couple more people.
Phoenix is muted.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Am I on?
There she is.
Yep.
There
Hey,
we go.
Phoenix.
Hi, friends.
How are ya?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Very good, very good.
Can I request a losers bracket for the game?
I feel like this is gonna get exploited to hell. Just run into the first rock you find and you make the score.
I'm trying really hard. I think I made it like 43 seconds.
We
Ooh,
might
Nick,
do
that's not
a biggest loser prize where you get a t-shirt with Fuddruckers profile picture printed on it.
bad.
No, but I think, you know, between now and the time that we have released the ranked version of the game, we will be doing a few different contests, and some of these will be held live. So there will be prizes for everybody. Yeah, we definitely don't want to heavily push the Orbit tokens or whatever we may give away to only the people that are like outstanding at the game. I think it's only fair that, you know, everybody's that's here, that's trying to have fun and that's playing gets a little something.
It was very user friendly, and I'm not good with the laptop. So you guys did an awesome job.
Yeah, it's a fun little game to play, huh? And I think
Yeah.
you're right, Joe. I think we give. Did somebody say tournament? Because you know what I'm like. We love a games tournament here at Europa, and we love
boy.
giving out prizes as well. At the end of the day, I see Klaus in the chat there. Big up, my man. I hope to see you at the Lightspeed tournament with some gifts at the ready. Yeah, if you could respond, he'd be going, "Yeah, buddy." So we just have to.
Awesome. Cool.
We got 3 more, so should we?
Oh, really? Okay, no, let's have it.
Yeah,
Lightspeed
let's
only, guys, yeah? For now.
Yeah, Lightspeed only.
Lightspeed.
Last 3 for now, and then we'll move on. Okay. So it's I don't know how to pronounce your name, man.
You still don't?
Mizel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
ashamed. Well, like it's more like the Dutch pronunciation of like Miezelke, but like Miezelke is like fine for like other people, I guess. But like I don't
Miezelke.
mind anyway. So
Listen,
Cool.
mate, if you came back on the stage to tell me that you beat my high score, you can just like get out of here already.
No, I want to request the loser bracket, please.
No, it means
Like the
means he had-
losers bracket is gonna end up like more competent than the winners bracket at this point.
Competitive for sure. No, guys. It's just it takes a bit of time to get used to the mechanics, but it's like super simple game. Like everybody's played something like that at one point in their life. I'm pretty sure.
Mhm. For
Oh,
sure.
for sure.
So,
Like questions about sale taxes and stuff we can ask later, right? So
yeah, that will be later on. Sales taxes for the launch.
yeah, I have some questions about that.
So,
But,
if you have
later.
like the highest score on Lightspeed, it's likely that you're going to be looking at 100% sales tax for about 3 years.
Okay. Well, I guess I just go play this on different account then. I don't know.
Yeah, just plug out your keyboard, man. Just plug it out.
Now we'll touch base on this later on, guys. Towards the end of the AMA, we'll talk about the launch and the procedures and
Okay,
what we
great.
have planned.
We'll head back down again.
All
See ya.
right.
You can come
Yeah.
up once more, man, and then if he comes up any more than 3 times, we're gonna have to start charging him. I think 10 or bit of question.
Yeah.
This
Only
guy.
come back
All right.
if you have beat the score.
And he's up.
Oh man,
Hello,
Manny.
guys. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Good to know. Well, first off, Phoenix, 43 seconds. That's about 38 more than you need. I spoke to Chris about that one. And second off, I like the game. Finally got it to working. Got a few scores in. There's some prize hidden as well, I'd say. Like 2 Easter eggs. And that's just from a few
Yeah,
attempts.
you found it already?
Maybe.
Mm.
Did you find the Easter egg already?
Well, maybe. I don't know who it is, so maybe I'll send it in DMs later. I'll send it in DMs later. I guess a question about the game, maybe a bunch of people were wondering as well, is if it will somehow tie into the ecosystem. So you guys were talking a little bit about some prizes, maybe some tournaments or stuff like that. Is this like just a launch thing in the beginning, or might we see some funny tiny bits of integration with the game throughout the life cycle of the project?
Yeah, so I've touched base a bit on that earlier, and I think that I mentioned that, you know, if you do start the game right now and you have a look at the first menu that pops up, there's the practice mode. This is what you guys can play, and we will be releasing the ranked mode, so this will be fully integrated in the smart contracts. So it's going to be a pay-to-play sort of model, where the users will be rewarded with part of the prize pool on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. So this is how we hope to, like, you know, integrate it fully with the Orbit ecosystem in the very, very short future.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. Is the mic a bit better now?
Yeah, man, it's a little bit better.
Okay, I'll take a look at it later. Thanks for answering. Okay, I'll go back to
No worries.
doing this the show with the audience. I got one, guys.
Much love, man.
All right, and our last one for this section, it's oh man, I don't know how to pronounce this either. Joao.
It's João.
Alrighty.
Yeah. What's up? I just have a question. Right now, someone is already making a Python script to beat the game. Is there a way to handle that?
I mean, I hope not. To be honest, I'm not too sure. I think we spent a lot of time to make sure that, you know, everything was as randomized as possible. So you'll find that if you know, no matter how many times you play the game, you'll never ever find the same scenario twice. And then in addition to that, we are running it on the Unity browser, so it's not I mean, look, I don't know if we do find that people are already building scripts to try and beat the system, we'll definitely be taking actions against that and
Yeah.
take all their orbit. All their orbit will be gone.
Oh,
No, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not that technical about it. I'm not too sure if it's something that can be done. It's something that we've stressed a lot during the development to make sure that, it would be as randomized as possible, and it couldn't you couldn't build just a bot to beat the game.
yeah, makes sense.
Also, if you're
Sounds
building
good.
scripts to win at light speed, I'm sorry, you really need to go outside a little bit more. All right, there is a sun outside. There's bars. There's people. Just get out there, enjoy life a little bit. All right, there's more to it than just writing script for games.
Yeah.
Have some grass, eh?
Thank you.
Oh no.
It's family
May
friendly.
live sound.
Family friendly.
Mayless says it sounds like a challenge. He says he has no life. Oh boy.
We don't.
I could have told him that.
We live the crypto world, right?
Yeah, it is definitely another world out here.
Yeah, for
All right,
sure.
thank you.
Cool,
Thank
thank you,
you.
man.
Thank you, Joel, man.
Right, so should we move on to the next section?
Let's go, man.
Let's go. So what's been happening since our alpha and beta launch? The few issues that we found and what we've been doing to sort of take a look at this. So I mean, since it's been a while now already since we've done the alpha launch, we've done the beta launch, and I think what we've been looking at mostly is the community feedback. And we want to make sure that it's a good experience for as many of you as possible. We've taken a look at the constant signing in problems. We've taken a look at allowing a bigger amount of orbits during your transactions. All of these were put there in the first place for your security. So we had to take like a few extra steps to make sure that we could implement these features, but at the same time keep the protocol as secure as possible. And because we are already undergoing an audit, we wanted to make sure that none of these changes would affect the audit, because we want everything to be audited as it will be from the moment we launch. So Certic have been actually really good about all of this. So they're happy to sort of keep auditing the code on the go until the moment we go live. So we do still have a few little issues that we want to push out as soon as possible. I know that there is a handful of users that are still having like a few problems with the refresh rates or with just general user experience on the platform. And I mean, as it stands at the moment, because we're still in the beta version of the platform, we don't want to put too much stress on our servers, which are already under quite a lot of stress actually. So that's why the rewards don't refresh like every minute or so. So we've had to make sure that we take some precaution to make sure that we don't get in a situation where we could have like a server crash, and then the platform would be down for an extended amount of time. I mean, that's so all I want to say with this is really like if you guys want something improved, if you guys have like any ideas to make sure that that this becomes an even better experience, please come forward, please talk to us, please talk to the team, please open a ticket, please keep doing what you're doing, and we'll try our best to keep making the experience better. Then in terms of the current assets page on the platform, this is going to get completely revamped. So what we're trying to put in there right now is, the current amount of orbit that you're generating per day. We're trying to implement a lot more of little features that are going to make it like super user friendly, and that it's something that you would want to see on a page like that. So we're looking forward to this getting finished and to pushing out to you guys.
All right,
Exactly.
fantastic. Yeah, sorry.
That's it for me. So all I gotta
Ooh.
say.
Mm. Any questions from the audience, please? No.
Let's see, we got Timo in the chat. Timo, Genza, how you getting on, my man? Again, he would be saying, "Yo, what's good?" There
Oh,
he
he's
is.
coming
Look, get
on.
him up here.
I love how Chris
Hey.
is doing two
Yo,
sides
what's
of
good, man?
I got used to speaking to myself in
What's
school, man. It's
poppin'?
fine. What's happening, Timo?
Yeah, I'm excited. Today Aleph launched and soon you. So two projects, the only two projects I'm currently investing in this market. Big hopes. I tried your beta game right before this AMA, and I have like a high score of 300. It's like impossible.
Damn.
Are you moving, sir?
How do you control that? Like it's just with the keys, right? That's impossible. That's so sensitive.
WSAD, yeah?
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah,
I'm so bad. These things come so quick.
It
But I like
was
it.
meant to be hard. It was meant to be hard, yeah.
It's good
Yeah,
anyway,
it's
man.
cool.
It's more orbit for us in the prize pool, eh? Now I know Timo's not involved.
No, I'm out there, man. I will give it a few more tries for sure. How do you plan on implementing like rewards for that type of game?
So
Like,
that
do
will
you
be
plan to play? You need to pay like one orbit, and prize pool is all that attend in a period of time, or
Did
maybe,
Timo
man.
just join?
another?
Did
I
Timo
know.
just join the AMA, or was he here before?
I just joined. Sorry, I was playing your game.
Oh,
Good
suffering
excuse.
No,
from
so
Good excuse.
like I mentioned before, it's gonna be like, when you start the game right now, you have a button that's grayed out, that's ranked. So this
Yeah,
will be
I
the
saw that.
pay-to-play model. It's gonna be fully like smart contract integrated, and as we build the pool of users that pay to play, from that pool we will be distributing rewards to most active users, longest time played, highest score on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and on a monthly basis.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So
And again, we want to keep it
I will give up the stage if you have some questions. I'm sorry for being here too long.
No,
never,
no,
man, never.
oh yeah.
please.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would love to have you, man.
What is the, if I can ask that just to have a good conversation, like what's the major thing you're trying to fix now currently before launch? Did you have any issue that makes some problems currently?
Not really, but to be honest, mate, the only thing we want to fix is the bloody market. All right.
Yeah,
so
man,
if anyone
fuck
in the
that.
chat has a solution on how to make it go back to up only, I've got 10 grand here for you. All right. So hit me up in the DMs.
All right, mate. All right. Bet.
Well, to be honest, we have been ready to launch at the press of a button for quite some time now, but we were really, really hoping to see some change of sentiment in the market before we did so. But there's only so long we can possibly delay that process until people
Yeah,
start
sure.
losing.
Not that all interest. Yeah, exactly. I get that. But yeah, market is hard right now. I spoke to different TA guys the last couple of days or weeks. Currently doing much research on how to read charts and blah blah blah, all that stuff. Could possibly be that Bitcoin and the whole market dumps like huge. Bitcoin goes to 26K. Could happen. Worst case. And
Kick
yeah,
this guy out of the chat, man. Get him out.
Yeah, man. Get him
Timo
out
out.
of
Dude,
What?
it's
Too
just
boring.
reality. It's hard currently. I
fun,
know. I
fun.
know. That's not fun, mate. That's nothing to do with your project, of course.
No, I
Like,
know, man.
like
No,
a
no,
new, like a new project always lives off the interest in first place. So market is not really a indicator, or not as hard as older altcoins. Let's say it like that.
I mean,
You know what I
it
mean?
is an indicator for us, man, and we will be touching base on launch later on. But just for the sake of this conversation we're having right now, we are set on doing our liquidity paired with AVAX. Yeah. So let's
Yeah.
say we do start our liquidity today with AVAX being some $60, and then that massive crash happens that you're saying with Bitcoin dropping at 25K
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. This would ultimately reflect on AVAX dropping probably another 50% of its current value, which will devaluate our token, our liquidity, and our entire project, and all the money from our investors to 50% of what it currently is. And this is our biggest concern right now, because we're heavily relying on more than one currency, which is something that we want to do because we want to grow with the chain. We want to give our protocol and our investors the opportunity to grow with more than a single variable, so that it could be an exponential growth. Because if we do create that pair today at $60, and then in a week AVAX is back at $100, all of a sudden everybody's made a ton of money. So
Yeah,
it's
that's right.
definitely something we want to do. That we. But I mean, it's a big gamble in the end, because if the markets do crash and we do that launch and AVAX goes down and we lose so much value so early on in the project, it's going to be a bit more difficult and a bit slower to sort of recover from that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's true. That's true. But like you said, AVAX is a top tier coin, and as soon as it should reverse, and you're probably still around, like your project, when the market reverses, could happen in a few months, could happen in a year, could happen tomorrow. Nobody knows. Like, for sure, with all TA and everything, you never know what's going to happen. I really understand that concern, for sure. But yeah, man, like, let's see. You have a great community. You have big things coming up with all that GameFi interactive stuff. That's something we haven't seen too much, and not done good. Like, let's say it like that. And yeah, I'm really excited for the project. I think you know that. Top tier project from my side. And yeah, let's see how it goes. Like, I hope you're not too concerned. But yeah, the market is the market. You have to play with it, and I fully understand that you cannot delay your project to, let's say, August or something. It's just not possible, because the interest would be away with all the people that did the pre-sale, and also you would need to like stop the alpha and beta people like us who are
Yeah.
currently into it, because there will be built up so many rewards. That's just a huge dump if you exceed it much longer.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely. But then you have to remember, man, is we're still as much as we're not launching, we're still working tirelessly behind the scenes. We've been flipping that treasury. We've been making a fairly sizable amount of money. So a delay, in essence, is not always a bad thing, because in that interim, we're continually making money. That is eventually going to be paid out to you guys. So there's two
Yeah,
sides.
that's true.
I don't want to diverge too much, but this is something that we'll be touching base on during this AMA anyway. What we're doing with the treasury and how that's going. I think
Yeah,
we
excited
can.
to hear that. Also
Yeah.
excited about the trading bot that you mentioned. I have never spent some time researching any trade bot. I saw you do some tweets about it, Chris, as I
Oh,
follow
yeah,
you.
yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
interested to see what you drop there.
Stop ruining the lineup, Tim. All right, we'll be speaking about that later. All right. So Graham, kick him
All
off the
right,
stage.
all right. I'm sorry for asking the good questions,
Oh,
mate. I'm really
man.
sorry, brother.
You can come back on when we get to these sections.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. I see some questions popping up in the chat, like Miguel and Malef. Like, let's
get them on,
these
huh?
guys up. Thank you very much.
Cheers,
Very
cheers, man.
excited.
Cheers,
All the best
Timo.
for the future, and maybe hear you later in the AMA again.
Well, let's
Cheers
go.
and
Alright.
kisses.
What a lad, what a lad. Okay, next we got Miguel AI.
Hey
Hello,
guys,
sir.
can you hear me?
Hey,
Yep.
Miguel, loud and clear.
Hey, how are you? Hope you're good.
Good.
Just wanted to raise one concern. It's I love the project. Everyone's by now cranking out tokens and loving it. The UI, it's great. But one little concern, and I don't know if that's even on your mind, is since we're all cranking out tokens, and the closer we get to launch, the more tokens we will have. And at the end of the day, what we want is some income. Okay, it's part of the game, not just cranking out tokens, but also selling them for some profit. And as the launch gets delayed, more and more tokens are available to the users, and there might be some sell-off at launch. Does that worry you, or not so much?
I mean, first of all, it is definitely something that we've been thinking about, obviously. But we're not too worried because we had some projections in mind of what we were thinking the daily total output of Orbit would be by the time we launch. We have not yet reached that quota. So I think it's actually sort of working in our favor. What we're seeing from our side right now is a lot, like a big majority of the users are actually choosing to compound into new collectors and to actually play on the ecosystem. So that's a really good sign. We do have a chunk of wallets that have decided to hold the tokens. These people are probably looking at flipping. Again, it's not something that we want to put too many constraints on. Obviously, we'll have, our initial sales stacks, and we'll have some buy limits for the launch and such things. But look, you need to see it from how we built it from the start. Yeah, if we launch at $1, and a lot of the people have already entered the pre-sale at $2.5 or $3.5, you already need the price to do 2, 3, 4x for it to become like a sort of a source of revenue for the people that are flipping. And then if you add the sales tax on that, you need the price to do a 5, 7, 8x before they can really start capitalizing on their tokens. But then if you look at the people that have decided to play the game and that have decided to build up collectors and compound and all of that, the token that they are producing from their collectors all of a sudden are sort of freebies. Yeah, so these people will have like a lot more, they will be they will have a lot more leverage to sort of flip the tokens on launch and to take some profit. And again, this is why we're building this. Like, in the end, we do want people to take profit every now and then, because that's the only reason we're doing this. It's passive income. So people do have to take profit every now and then. It doesn't matter how much utility we built in there. And we could have like the absolute best project in DeFi, which I still think it will be, and have like crazy amount of utility. But in the end, if you're not taking profit, then what are you doing in here? Just wasting your money.
Exactly.
But yeah, in the end, look, we have this quota in mind. We have not reached the daily output, even from some of our alpha users, which are whales, because I think, we have built this in a way that is really preventing people from sort of getting their ROI, into like just a couple of days, like you would see on some of these other protocols that are majorly flowed. So because of the cost involved into going straight into higher tiers collectors or skipping the cooldowns or doing all that, you're adding cost and you're adding length to your return on investment. So as it looks right now, the Orbit tokens that we see sitting in the reward pool, and the Orbit token that we see sitting in the wallets, We're not extremely worried about getting a huge sell-off with the current sales tax and limits that we've put at the launch, unless we do 20, 50, 100 times, which I highly doubt we will do in this current market.
Okay. So you have it under scrutiny. You are looking at those numbers, and you know when it might get problematic to delay the launch any further.
Absolutely. But again, like we've been talking internally with the team, and if the team or the community or whatsoever as a group, we agree that it's probably wiser to delay the launch a little bit and see what the markets are doing, we would have to slow down the current rewards or to stop it and come up with something else. But look, we're not there yet. We're happy with the current model. We're happy with the current numbers. And it's not going to affect the launch unless we do a major pump.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
No problem.
Cheers.
Alrighty, thank you, Miguel. All right, we got one more from Mayliv. Get him on.
Welcome back.
Thank you,
Hello,
mate.
sir.
And now,
Go again?
can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
You're a
man.
little bit soft.
Yeah, a little bit quiet.
That's what she
No?
said.
Or
Hey,
What, a
higher
little bit
now?
quiet or a little bit soft?
a
Anyway,
little bit soft for sure. Hey.
Is it a bit better now?
It's all right.
No,
I mean, we can hear
we'll
you.
get over it, man. It's fine.
I don't know. Okay, yeah. So I guess I wanted to nib a few things in the bot based on what was said earlier. I guess more making a statement than asking questions. So as some of you in the community may know me from this Chatterjee channel, I'm very I like to do my own due diligence and asks. And all the way back when the double rewards were introduced to the game, I think my very first DM was to Hamish, being like, "Hey, did you guys think about the models and the projections and how this may impact the game?" And cool as a cucumber, I got a DM back essentially stating these were all in the projections. So if there's some curious minds out there, some math guys like me who were thinking about, ooh, discounts or rewards might not be a good idea. I asked about that ages ago, and those were in the in the calculations already, or the projections for what the project may do. As a tech guy, I can also say that they have the power, as you just briefly mentioned, to actually pause the emissions or adjust accordingly. So, well, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, yeah. But that's a big thing as well, which provides us with some good utility and some good mobility if you need to adapt on the go, right?
That's exactly
Yeah,
it, man.
no.
Rewards can go up and down.
Yeah, and for all the people asking, I got some DMs as well about some were saying if AVAX is dropping anyway, what's the difference between launching and not launching? I assume most of the treasury is still in the USDC that we bought in. So some people were saying, wouldn't the AVAX already be worth the same now as if you held it or didn't? I assume it was still held in the stable coins. Is that correct? So
Yeah,
some
you're
people were
absolutely right.
thinking it already dropped from like hundreds or 90 down to 60, and I guess my answer to that would be it's probably in stables.
Yeah.
that
So
didn't
this
happen.
is why we're looking very closely at what the markets are doing right now, because when we did the pre-sale, the pre-sale was in USDC. Yeah. So this is what we're holding right now. We're not holding AVAX. So when we mentioned that there will be a million of liquidity, then we split that into two different liquidity pools, one on Swapsicle and one on Trader Joe. This is currently still in USDC. So the moment we will be creating these pools and we will be launching, that USDC will be converted to AVAX at the current rate, and then that AVAX will be paired with the Orbit. So currently, we're not too worried about what the markets are doing because of the assets that we have sitting in the treasury or in the liquidity wallet or whatsoever. We are worried about what the markets would do post-launch, because since we are paired with AVAX, if all of a sudden the markets or AVAX takes a massive dip post-launch, then this means that the project is losing value, the investors are losing value, we're losing value, everybody's losing value. But in the end, it's a gamble that we have to take, and that all the investors have to take, and this is what the markets are. It's just, it's a little bit alarming, and I'm personally feeling like more bearish than bullish right now on the current situation with the market, but it is what it is, and like we said earlier,
I think that's completely. I assume it's better now, right?
Much better, man.
Yeah, I thought so. So yeah, I think that's a fair, valid point everyone has. I also think that from the get-go, especially the people who have been here for a while and the new people who's been getting to know the project and the community and the team behind it, that they have their best interest in mind, like your best interest in mind. So whatever is happening out there in the markets, they want to make the move that has the highest probability of making the project a success. And sometimes we should just let, some people who've been here from the get-go and thinking behind the scenes about all these variables of what might play out, do their thing. And they, of course, I think they're open to input. At least that's been my experience as well. But just give them a fair shot. Give them a fair shot. And I'll be glad. I'll be glad to go over DMs or some text, because I'm getting some DMs every now and then asking about stuff. My DMs are always open if someone's got questions and stuff.
Yeah, when is Maylive becoming president, please, guys?
We can make him honorary president if you want, Graham.
Honorary president.
Dearly beloved, I'm gathered here today.
All right.
No.
President Maylive, out of 10, making the role right now.
No,
but you are absolutely right, man. This has been our lifeblood for months, and the last thing that we want to do. We're here for the long term, aren't we, ultimately? And if there's anyone that's got the best interests of Europa and our community at heart, it's certainly us, or at least it might be Graham. I don't know. It's somebody anyway. Somebody wearing an astronaut suit, that's for sure.
Don't get me wrong, I love bashing Chris as much as the next guy, but after getting to know him a bit, he's all right, okay? I'm not going to lie. I hate saying it publicly, but okay? He's a good guy, and the other guys are smart, and then there's Chris. But, generally overall, they're in good hands, So.
You're about to earn your bonus there until that last little sentence. So just kick Maylive off chat and out of the server.
You know what? Any number times 0 is still 0, mate.
Well, that's news to me. Anyway, bye.
See you, Maylive.
Have a good one, guys. Have a good one.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, man. Again, we'll touch back on the launch and the plans towards the end of that AMA. So let's move on now. Do we have any more questions, Graham? No, we good, right?
No, we're good. We're good. Yep.
All right. So the audit. Whoop whoop. What were the problems flagged, and what are we doing, and what's happening with these Certic guys that took all our money to do this audit? So we had a few issues that were not major. So we're very happy with the original return that we got from Certic. The only concerning issues that they flagged is that we did build the protocol in a way that the deployer could sort of mint free NFTs, because we wanted to keep it that way so that we could distribute NFTs as prizes and this sort of stuff. But they flagged it as something that is too centralized. So we have decided to actually fully get rid of that function, and then anything that's going to happen that is similar, where we need like NFTs to distribute it to influencers, people that are winning contests, people that do high scores in Lightspeed or this such of thing, will be paying for these out of the team or development wallet moving forward. So all of these little issues are currently being fixed. We have an ETA to have all of these done, submitted, and reviewed by Certic before we launch. So this is why we decided to launch in conjunction with that. So yeah, I mean, look, it's I personally think like it's a shit ton of money for an audit, but in the end, it's good. It's good that it's done. It's good that it's there. It's giving our investors a bit more peace of mind in terms of the code being built right. So yeah, I mean that's where we're at with Certic. Everything's looking really good. We'll have everything, all the little typos and issues fixed before we launch, and then we'll get our final review of the audit shortly after.
Alrighty, fantastic update. Do we have any questions from the floor, please?
Nobody asked how much it costs for the audit, please.
Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
We signed an
Oh,
NDA.
boy.
I cannot tell you.
Man, suffice to say, we had to eat more than ramen scraps from the bottom of the box. It was bad. It was bad, boys.
Bad boys for life.
Yeah.
We're-
Doesn't seem like there are any questions for this part.
It's
Yeah,
almost
sorry?
like talking about orbits is, it's not the hot topic. Would you believe?
Oof.
Would you believe? I mean, personally, I like to read through audits before I go to bed. So each their own, I suppose.
Oh man, you're such an interesting fellow, Chris. You're such an interesting guy.
We have some pretty cool videos that will be coming out on YouTube very soon after the AMA with featuring our amazing Ginger Chris here.
Who? Oh yeah, me.
Yeah, when is the
yeah,
video
yeah.
going up?
It's going to be coming out tonight, mate. It's going to be coming out tonight. It features a couple of very famous faces, one being Lady of Crypto, one being Marta. You know what I'm like. It was just a bit of fun. It was just a bit of fun. There was whiskey in hand, at least for me anyway. I think it was about 3 or 4 p.m. So I don't know if there was any whiskey for anyone else. But a one-man party is still a party. That's what I say.
Mate, Graham was here. What are you talking about? It was very quiet. He barely shows up, but he was still here.
Yeah, technical difficulties the whole time, man.
Yeah, like Chris said in the earlier call, I'm part of the furniture, you know. I just stand there and look funny.
It's best furniture out there. Designer furniture.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you gotta feed it ramen just to keep it coming up with like smart one-liners from time to time.
I mean, one-liners maybe. Smart one-liners? Yeah.
Oh
Okay,
wow.
let's move on, yeah, before everybody gets before everybody has real life things that. So I think next topic is a pretty interesting one. I think that we're gonna have quite a few questions there. We're super bullish. We're super happy about that, and this is what we have been doing with the treasury so far. So as you guys might have seen on our socials initially, we started with looking at $260,000 to be invested for our initial investment. We've managed to bring that up to $400,000 that are currently being distributed into a variety of different investments. So it's actually looking really good. We are performing quite well, even though the market is not. So that's something that we're super happy about. We're finding different avenues to sort of make money for the project, even when the markets are shit. So that's definitely something that I think is going to set us apart in the short term, in the midterm, in the long term. So we're quite happy about that. We have obviously the trading bots. So that's something that I don't think it has been done so much in DAOs or in treasuries or in node protocols or whatsoever before. So we have distributed about $100,000 across about 6 different bot strategies that are currently performing really, really well. So some of them are swing trading strategies. Some of them are AI build strategies. We have shorting. We have longs. We have some that have like little leverage on them as well. So it's all super exciting. We're quite happy with the partnership that we've built with Astrobit and Elevate. We've signed all the paperwork and it's very official now. So as Chris mentioned earlier, we have released a referral code where if you do use that referral code, some of the monthly cost of using that bot will be redirected towards the smart contract where it will likely end into the treasury and will just inflate your guys' investment and returns. So that's great. We have also taken the decision to soft stake a DAG node. So we have a fully active soft stake DAG node for the treasury. I think it's definitely something that's a bit hype at the moment. So we see it as a good opportunity to grow with their layer 0, and as the token gains value, we hope that investment gains value. We're still not 100% sure what will happen once the mainnet launches. Whether we flip it for profit, whether we keep going with the nodes, or whether we do fractionalized node, or but it's something that I think we'll appreciate really well even during this down market. It has already been doing quite well. We're already seeing returns from investment on that. But I think it's time will tell how that performs, how that's doing in the future. But yeah, we're quite happy because it's obviously quite a large sum that needs to be invested in these. So you guys are now fractionalized owners of a DAG node as well. In terms of node investments, we don't want to go with anything that's too degenerate in terms of like high risk or anything. So what we've done as well, we've staked a sizable sum into yield nodes, which returns approximately 10% a month, non-compounded. So we're still working on the final strategy, whether we will be, or how much of it will be compounding going forward, and then how much of it will be taking profit from. So yeah, I mean, look, we have what we're trying to do with this is we're trying to diversify as much as possible. We want to have a big portfolio of investment from our treasury. So we are still sitting on a fair bit of liquidity that we want to just have there ready in case something is coming up or something is starting to move. So we have that liquidity ready to be invested. So we're super happy with that in terms of what we can currently see that's being generated. We are looking very good with the current emissions from the protocol. We ran a couple projections in terms of if the orbit price reaches that much, can we sustain it? And yes, we can. So we've already got a little number in mind in terms of what our initial user cap will be. So we will be having a user cap very close to launch, just to make sure that we can keep sustaining ourselves. But so far, we're super happy with the number. We're super happy with the investment that we made and the return that we're getting. So yeah, if as a community or as a person, you have like a little gem or a little alpha that you would like to be considered for a potential investment, please do get in touch with the team, with Chris, with me, with Graham, with anybody, and we will research it and see if we can make that happen.
Yeah, man. Sorry, man. Sorry. I was going to say we're firing up the YouTube a little bit as well. So if you're part of any communities of like budding projects, obviously, they need to be of a certain standard to come on with us, really. Then put us in touch with them as well. We'd love to have them on for an AMA. So yeah, sorry, mate. Back to you.
Yeah, and then in terms of bootstrapped by Europa, as you guys know. You guys might have seen on a previous graphic that we are branching out with quite a few services. So this will also supplement the treasury. We are absolutely killing it with that, guys. So we already have this very cool project that we will be officially becoming, board partners with. So we will be sort of building this from the ground up with some certain aspects of it at least. So that means that, as an investor in Project Europa, you will become a shareholder of that project where, the returns on investment will be going straight to the treasury and then to our collector holders. So we're super stoked about that. And we are also talking with some really cool projects in Dubai that are gearing up for launch, and it's very, very likely that we will be doing a lot of work with them in terms of setting them up and helping them with community building, probably marketing, maybe smart contract development, branding, and web design, and you know, all these sort of services that we have to offer. So the future is looking very bright for Europa. So yeah, just really, really cool to be able to, you know, generate money for you guys in a market that looks like absolute garbage. And that's
There's
it
a
for
lot of
me.
info to digest there, eh, man? I mean, if that doesn't get you feeling bullish, to be honest, I do not know what will. So we've got all sorts of revenues coming in from all over the place, eh? From legacy to helping businesses to a few of you have probably seen on Twitter, we got vetted by Europa coming, which is going to be our enhanced KYC offering. Anyway, this wasn't meant to turn into such a big self shield, was it? So I'll dial back on that, and we'll open the floor for some questions, shall we?
Yeah. We already got one by Miliv. Hello. Welcome back. We should just keep it on full time, don't we?
Put him on retainer, man. Put him on retainer.
Yeah. Hey, man.
So hey again, guys. So I've really liked the little bit of hints you guys dropped a while back about the app and the application and all the stuff you're able to do. It looks like you're going to be able to claim collectors and stuff like that. There was a little nugget at one of the end slides, wasn't there? Kind of perhaps signifying it was possible to get that fiat grinding money into the ecosystem a bit easier. Can you touch on that maybe, or is there still hush hush?
I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it? Chris doesn't want to talk. That's a new one.
I'm sorry, I missed of what the question was. Like, is the app still in the pipeline? Is that the question?
No, I assume it is. I was more curious about that little icon at the bottom left of the last picture, signifying that you may be able to get fiat into the ecosystem in an easy manner.
Yeah, I mean, of course, mate. Look, we didn't put it in the picture, you know, randomly. So I'll tell you guys a bit of alpha about the app. What's going to happen with the app? We have a very set timeline already that we're working towards. So originally we will be releasing the app for Android, obviously because, you know, Apple are dickheads and they're very hard to work with, and we have to go through a lot of testing and a lot of paperwork before it can be live on the Apple Store, but it will get there eventually. But initially what you're going to be able to do on the app is you'll be able to do basic interaction on the protocol that do not require transactions, right? So you'll be able to initiate merge, you'll be able to change your NFTs, you'll be able to do like a whole bunch of stuff to claim your collectors whatsoever. But you at the very start for the minimal viable product, you will not be able to do anything that requires a transaction. So that means that everybody, you know, whether you have a hard wallet or whether you're just on a MetaMask or whatsoever, you'll be able to go on the app. If you're on holiday somewhere, you'll be able to still claim your collectors and start merging and change NFTs and do whatever you want. And then the next step will be wallet integration. Yeah, so you will be able to do transactions directly on the app. So from your phone, you'll be able to buy more Orbit. You'll be able to create collectors out of your Orbit. You'll be able to skip cooldowns. You'll be able to mint NFTs, and you'll be able to do all that. And then the next step after that, it will be fiat onboarding. So you will be able to directly buy Orbit or to directly buy collectors from your Apple Pay, from your credit card, from your whatever you have that is set up on your phone. You will be able to enter the protocol directly from the app. So we are, excuse me, we are super, super bullish on that, because what is the plan for the app? Yeah, the vision from the team right now is to basically put something out there on the Apple Store, on the Play Store, on your Android, on whatever, and someone that has never ever heard of MetaMask and DeFi and whatsoever, they can invest in the protocol and generate passive income from their fingertips with a couple of clicks.
Yeah, bullish. I mean, if anyone else has ever tried to help get their mum, dad, brother, sister set up on MetaMask and get them invested in something, it's difficult, isn't it, to say the least?
a
Eh?
freaking
So,
nightmare, man.
so
It's
having a one-touch solution, yeah. I mean, you know, we're all bullish on it. We're all incredibly bullish on it, and then we can tap into that legacy market because there's a whole lot of money out there, a whole lot of funds that we could be putting to use in a treasury and essentially earning money for all of you guys. So yeah, the app's
Yeah.
going to be big. The app's going to be big.
It sounds absolutely amazing. I think one of the roughest things about crypto in general is it's hard to understand. Now we have the gamify version, and it's just very hard to like get stuff into the ecosystem. It's so hard, and if you dumb that down and just get something very simple, I think that's very bullish. I guess some people might be curious as well. So I don't know if this is fully public information, but if you don't interact with the program with the project in a while, right? You stop generating orbit. Is that correct?
I mean, this is in the white paper, man. So look,
Yeah,
it's
yeah. Okay, good. Just making sure. So
full transparency, that feature is not yet enabled. Yeah, so at the click of a button, we can make it happen. But the model that we want to follow is that if you do not interact with the protocol, and that could be as little as just signing in on your computer, on your phone, on whatever. So if you do not do that for 100 hours, the rewards will start decaying. Yeah, and if you do not do that for 100 days or 60 days, or we haven't set the exact number yet, your entire set of collectors will be burnt. So I heard a lot of people saying like, oh, blah, 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 like feud, blah, blah, blah. It's unfair. Look, every other passive income protocol out there has got a monthly fee that you need to pay. We have absolutely zero monthly fee. We have zero fee for compounding. We have zero fees on the DEX. There will be no fees. We have zero transfer fee. We have like as little fees as possible because we want to make sure that we make the most out of that money and that it's reinvested correctly, and that in the end it comes back to you guys. So, given that situation that we don't have any monthly maintenance fee, for example, and if you were on any other protocol and you wouldn't pay your monthly fees, your collectors would, your nodes or whatever, they would be gone. We do this with the disclaimer saying that, if you do not interact after X amount of time, your collectors will be gone. So I think it's only fair, to be honest.
I was. It was not to spread any thought either. I actually wanted to nip this in the bud exactly. So a lot of other projects require a maintenance fee that, for all you know, doesn't do fuck all. If you look at anyone with an Atlas, you probably knew about that. So what I wanted to kind of hint at as well, and you already answered doing your great explanation of how it works, is that for those of you who are on the get-go, have a busy day and go on vacation, it sounds like just using this app might actually be able to count towards interacting with the protocol, because you might be doing a merger or buying more collectors in the future when the app progresses, and it seems like you will give us that ability to do that on the get-go, on the fly, in your everyday life. That was kind of what I was gonna. Yeah,
sorry, but I was going to say it also gives us a whole bunch of freedom as well. Because say, for example, when we get to a stage where we've been flipping that treasury, we've been making all of this money, and we want to give you guys more of that, like a larger cut, and we up those rewards. It lets us effectively plan our business, because if we then up the rewards and we say, do you know what, we're making a lot of money here, we can times the rewards by 1.5, say. And then we've got all of a sudden 5,000 collectors from people that invested in the protocol a little bit, flipped all the tokens, moved on to the next project. They're now thinking, oh, hang on a minute, I'm going to come back in and start taking these rewards away. But I mean, who are they to come back in and take your reward? The people that have been here grinding with us, working with us this whole time. So it just lets us give back to our actual community in essence, and not the people that are just here to make a quick 2x and off to the next one.
Yeah, with the only requirement that you actually participate once in a while. This is called
Exactly.
interactive income, you know, mixed with passive. So I think that's very fair. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, well, thank you, man. Thank you.
Awesome. Let's get Timo up here.
Right, Timo again. Hello, sir. Coming up.
You got more than 300 at Lightspeed this time.
Yeah, hello, man. I changed my
Yep.
name.
Europa
You
fan.
Looks
So
good,
we've got
right?
Europa fan and we've got Europa Gram. Nice.
Yeah.
Hey.
Let's start a new trend. Everybody put that in your name, please. All right. My question is, like you described all the treasury investments you did, and amazing to hear that you're doing so well. Seems like you do your research pretty good then. Yield nodes could be a big thing long term anyway. That's one of the safer bets, not a get rich quick scheme. I like that you consider such things as well, because most protocols that you see invest in the most hyped other stuff, like usually, and you seem to really put in the time to do some great decisions, and I love to hear that. Just wanted to know, are you interested or are you researching into NFTs maybe?
Definitely.
Yeah, we are.
As investment?
Yes, definitely. I mean, it's a little bit of a tricky market at the moment with the whole, situation that happened with the Bored Ape family recently. Like we've seen, like a lot of the floor like go down. Ethereum is turning into a shit show. So it's a bit of a difficult market to navigate, even with the NFTs, especially with the NFTs, even more than the crypto market at the moment. So it's something that we've been talking about. I think Chris has a lot of experience with NFTs as well. So we've definitely been considering, what would be good investment to do in this. But I mean, right now we can't, get a good set of eyes on a project that we feel is going to be like mooning anytime soon. So. But yeah, I mean, as mentioned in our initial, the graphic that we released with all the investment that we want to make, it's definitely something that we want to be involved in. We want to have our hands on as many different branches of the crypto world as possible. We don't want to stay in the DeFi bubble. We want to go in the NFT space. We want to go in the trading space. We want to go in as many spaces as possible, be as diversified as possible. And I think this is going to be something that really sets us apart.
Oh, sounds amazing. All right. So you made some thoughts about NFTs. That's good.
But we're not buying a Bored Ape Yacht Club tomorrow.
No, I don't especially meant Bored Apes. Just like also if some of you or your team tries to get on whitelists to good projects just to go to do great flips. Like I have a big mint coming from Black Paris. I don't know if you know that. It's a fashion brand from Paris, I think. Nobody really knows. Like if I had done some research. But if you could do like just get on whitelists on big projects with like Imaginary Ones level or Invisible Friends, like would that be enough profit to consider doing that?
Well,
Yeah,
whitelist as a service, is that what we're doing now?
Yeah, I don't. Just an idea.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we
definitely.
gotta. Yeah, sorry.
We already in talks with a few NFT projects that are close to launching or that are in the process of building up, and I think we want to get involved either with really big projects and then like you said, get on the whitelist or go for a flip or something. But what ideally what we want to do is we want to help this project build their project through marketing, through community engagement, through smart contracts, helping them with whatever we can help them in return for potential revenues on this project. So I think that's the vision, to be there holding hands together and then to get access to some of the early mints or some of the Genesis collections or or such things. Like, I think we want to be like really involved with the projects that we go to bed with. Really.
All right. Sounds amazing. Good. I give up the stage if someone has a question.
I think this is it for now.
Yeah, not right now.
For now, we
they're coming back.
got coffee.
Yep, gonna send him back up. Hello, sir.
Hey guys, hey again. So I picked up a question from the general chat. Someone was asking what happens if you set slippage to 49% cumulated with the 50% tax. Can you still sell? This was the question from a guy.
If you set the slippage to 49 and then sell on a 50% sale tax, no,
No.
you can't.
So he was asking, like, I think if we set the sales tax at 50%, then how are we going to be able to sell if slippage is maximum 49 on Trader Joe?
Yeah,
I think
because
that was the question.
usually, I mean, people would, if they want to flip in the first minutes, let's say, they usually do this, set the slippage to 49%, so they can sell when there is high volume.
Yeah. Well, I mean, first of all, the sales tax percentage isn't fixated at 50%. Second of all, there's a couple of ways that we can get around that. So you can have the tokens come out of the like the leftover tokens essentially. So instead of taking 50% of the prescribed transaction, it'll take 50% out of the remaining balance of a wallet. I've seen this done before in a few different projects. But yeah, don't worry, mate. It'll work. It's the very simple answer to that. If 49 is the max,
Okay.
that's the easiest for everyone.
That was the question from the audience, and I was listening earlier, and you said something about KYC with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, in what state is that? I mean,
so that is. Do you mean like in terms of readiness? Like how close are we to market?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're there. We've had our framework ready for a few weeks. We've been speaking to a variety of projects to get them on board to use the service straight off the rip. The main purpose of Vetted, because it's somewhat under marketed at the minute until we're ready to deploy, but it's just to bring consequences back to KYC. So you've probably seen in the space at the minute, you've got people coming all over the shop and stealing millions and millions of dollars worth of liquidity. We actually cover this in our little video with LOC, which will be coming up tonight, but I'll give you a little brief overview. And it's just bringing consequences back to that, mate, because you can KYC with any of these projects that offer it at the minute. They take your money, you steal $1 million, $2 million, and then that's the last anyone ever hears of it. You know, that project just disappears off the face of the earth. They've got the money. They're probably sitting in the Bahamas somewhere with Maverick on holiday, drinking bottomless cocktails. And it's great for them, but it doesn't do anything for us. So yeah, consequences at the core of what we're doing. And we're trying to build it in such a way that if you are a bad actor in the space, you don't want to KYC with us. It just makes no sense.
I'm asking because I'm actually interested in this for our project, my project, and with the team that I'm right now. So this is why I was asking.
Reach out to us, please. Coffee.
Yeah, we're there, mate. We're there. So slide into someone's DMs, and we'll make sure we sort you a nice juicy bit of discount. Like 1%.
Okay.
0.1%.
1%. Just like the NFTs,
huh?
Yeah.
The biggest thing that we need to go through right now before we're ready to push this live and to start onboarding project is obviously the legal side of it, because there will be like consequences. It needs to be agreed on a very hefty legal agreement, and then to do that, we need to have Project Europa registered as a LCC, if you will, or what we're doing right now is a crypto license here in Dubai. So we are currently in the process of doing that. Which will greatly help in terms of pushing all of these services back to other projects and other users.
So it will be some time before you can do that, but it will come, right? So I mean, we
It
can
won't be
get
that much time.
started with the discussion from now, I suppose,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. We're actually
Yeah.
very, very close to being able to offer that service and feel good about doing it as well from our side. And again, like I just want to add on top of that that if it is a service that will be generating any sort of income, a big part of that income is again redirected towards the treasury because it's all like a big ecosystem where we are trying to generate as much money as possible in the space. And that money can't only come from other projects or from the market or whatever it's doing. So yeah, we're super bullish about that.
Right. Okay. Thank you for your answers, guys.
Thank you, man. All right, we got our, I guess, last guy for this section. You think before we move on, Riggs. Hello, sir.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, we got you,
Loud
man.
and clear.
Nice. Love the project so far. I do want to give y'all props. Definitely one of my more favorite projects. And I do like the way you guys are going about this. So with the KYC though, how big is your team as a whole then? I know you guys have, I think, auditing coming, KYC, you got to handle legal. How do you guys plan on handling distributing that workload currently with, I think you guys also mentioned even offering development for projects as well, marketing. It just sounds like you need like a huge squad for that. Do you guys already have that in-house, or what is your, plan to handle, onboarding that many more people into your team?
That's a very, very good question, man, and I'm so glad that you're asking it. Okay, so first of all, I want to clarify, we will not be offering auditing services whatsoever.
Okay. Okay.
This is something that needs to be left to the professional that have like this presence already, and it's not something that can be taken lightly because it's obviously like massive amounts of responsibility if anything happens with the code that's been audited. I think like a lot of the blame goes back to the auditor, and it's something that we are a bit skeptical about approaching right now. Who knows down the line, maybe if we do get some big team of cracked Solidity developers that have a bit more time, maybe we can consider it. But then in terms of all the other services, I don't think you guys realize that we actually have like a massive team already at Europa. I mean, we currently have 4 Solidity developers, we've got 3 front-end React developers, we've got 2 game developers, we've got the team that you guys see on a daily basis here. So you've got Chris that's handling marketing, that's handling a lot of the deals, that's talking to a lot of people. We've got Graham that's looking after the entire community. We've got all our amazing mods that are here on a day-to-day basis that are doing like an amazing job. That we don't forget about. I see you guys here in the chat, and we've got a whole team as well, because me and B are based here in Dubai. We've been doing a lot of content creation and all that sort of stuff here, so we do have access to a lot of people to handle that for all of us. And I mean, as you can see with Project Europa, we've built as much as we could internally in terms of the website, the app, the code, and all of that. So I think it reflects on other projects that are looking at onboarding with us really well in terms of that we can deliver. So yeah, I mean, look, we already have a couple of projects that we're in the talk with and that are interested in taking advantage of the full suite. So they want us to do everything for them. They want us to brand, they want us to market, they want us to handle the community, they want us to build a smart contract, and we're not worried at all. It's definitely a workload we can handle. And if it comes to that point where we feel that we can't take any more project because then we won't be able to meet the deadlines, then that's perfectly fine. We'll either decline the contract or we will hire more people to handle that load.
No, that sounds fantastic. When it comes to you mentioned the revenue goes straight to the treasury. Would that be a result of just distributing a boost to rewards? Like how, as us as, investors, how do we kind of see the benefit? Is it just maintaining the reward pool? Obviously, having those external ways of making money is important, and it's an issue that most node projects have not been very successful in doing so. But is it something we'd actually just see with like a booster rewards, or is it something more like an airdrop function where we kind of get a little bit of that slice of the growing business that Europa is looking like it's becoming?
Yeah, again, great question again. I think there is right now the team are looking at a few different options for this. One of them is the obvious buyback. So it would mean that we are buying back into where you guys get your reward, so that we just give a boost to basically the Orbit price, so that you guys get like more out of your rewards. Or what we're also looking at right now, I mean, I don't want to go into too much details because obviously we have a couple of things that we want to release slowly after the launch to make sure that we can sustain our price. But we would likely be looking at a way for people to be staking their rewards in exchange for stable.
Okay, Joe, that's enough. That's enough on that one. That's enough. All right,
Uh,
moving on. Next,
No,
next
I like where
Alpha
this was
instead of
going.
me?
No, I like where this was going. Please continue.
No, I'll leave it there, mate. But we definitely, it's something that we are very careful about, how we are going to be doing this. And there is a couple options on the table right now. But we want to make sure that in the end, the rewards are distributed to our faithful, active users. That's the most important stuff. We don't ever want it to be available for someone to come buy a bunch of token, get a bunch of reward, sell it, and get the fuck out of here. It has to be with our legitimate, active users. That's where the rewards will go.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Love it. I don't have anything else. Chris, I did shoot you a DM. It's not spam. I'm not a bot. And that's everything. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Riggs, man. And to get a response from me, just to make sure you are who you are, I will need either a can of beans or an item of vegetable on your head. Just so you know. Thank you, mate.
Cool. Well,
all right.
Our last topic, I guess.
Last topic. Oof, this is the big one.
It is a big one. I'm sorry, I'm getting DMs. 1 minute. I will look at this after, guys. Okay, so last topic. Lunch. What are we having for lunch tomorrow? Red meat?
Yeah.
Fish? Beans?
Ham, egg, and chips, and beans, mate. Beans with every meal. Always in a glass.
Oh, yeah. Not in a tin. You sure?
No, mate.
So,
straight out of tin.
I'll just give you guys a little chit chat. And then I think this is something that I would really like to see a lot of hands raised, and then we can, discuss this with a few people that are coming up on the stage. But look, this is the situation. Like we've touched base on this earlier. From our side, we are fully ready to launch right now if we want to. Yeah, that means that we can create the pools and we can start the trading and these rewards that you guys have been gathering, they will certainly have some value, right? But we want to make sure that you guys understand that in the end, we have only so much control about this value, right? So the markets are coming into effect, the sentiment is coming into effect, the people flipping, the people holding, there's so many different variables. I'm sure that every single other projects out there are facing the same issues, but we are just a little bit concerned about what the markets are doing. So we just wanted to get some of the public opinion from our users to make sure that we understand that this is the consensus and that everybody agrees that if we do launch right now, having an AVAX pair, if the market crash and we lose a massive amount of value from AVAX, this will reflect very poorly on the platform, and there is nothing we can do about that. So this is it from me. Internally, we're ready to take any sort of actions necessary to make sure that this stays healthy and this stays into that long-term vision that we have. We know that it's been a long time coming, and it's just because good things take time to build. So it's just the way it is. So if we do launch in the coming days, we are launching at the current price that AVAX is. I personally feel like it's quite a good entry point. Look, AVAX was at like $100, a week ago. If we would have launched then, with the protocol would have lost half of its market cap now today. So that's already something. So it might be a good entry, but it might not be. So what do you guys think? Are you guys all ready for this to launch right now? And if not, what do you guys think we should be doing?
All right, we got a question in already from Coffee. Here we go. And Timo as well next after that. And Kanan. Hey, Coffee.
It's not the question, but just some points that I want to take. And let's put it this way: the majority of people, this is just my opinion. I think this is what you guys are looking for, opinion from us, right? The majority of people are looking at Project Europa just like at any other node project. So they are not looking behind the scene and for everything that you guys are doing behind the scene, So the sentiment about the nodes is not that good at this time. Thinking about this, it might be better to launch. About the market, if the market goes down, the market can come up, but if the season of nodes, like people say, it's over, then this ain't coming back. This can be one point of view, and I'm pointing this out because I keep hearing this, not about Project Europa, but about the nodes in general.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if I say that I hope people are smart enough to understand the market and to see that if the market goes down, they just need to compound and wait for it to come up. Then maybe I'm just too positive because this is how I am in general. But the market shouldn't be the problem. This is what I mean. What the coins do shouldn't be a problem, but the general sentiment about this type of projects can be a bigger issue, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely can't dissuade the sentiment issue on nodes in general, but I mean, I've been around long enough, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have as well, to notice that these things, they do come in waves. I mean, I must have been through about 4 or 5 reflection token waves where I think a reflection token is never coming back. That's it. We've all learnt our lessons. There's going to be no more reflection tokens. And then, lo and behold, 2 months later, there's another reflection token wave, and it's all anyone's talking about, and everyone's making 1000x. I mean, that coupled with the fact that we've got like Strong Chain are coming back, DAG nodes and stuff, like a few of these emerging projects, or some projects that have withstood the test of time to some extent, being strong. Please come back. Please come back.
Yeah.
I'm confident that wave will come back around, man. And yeah, it's not to dissuade you from your opinion, man. Absolutely.
No. No,
It's more
we're
just about
just an
capital
open discussion.
preservation over anything. And I think, say for example, that we do launch in a more optimum market. We do time it, not necessarily the perfect bottom, but say we catch it 10 to 20% up from the bottom, and we catch a 2, 3, 4x on AVAX, and then we're sitting there on a really, really healthy pile, a healthy pile of AVAX. There's nothing we've got the initial lock period, of course, but there's nothing to stop us taking some of that liquidity out and distributing that or adding that in and building additional utility. It just gives us a little bit more, sorry, get my words out, a little bit more mobility. And the other key takeaway is that we're all invested in the project as well, with not only our time being, endless days for months and months, but also our hard-earned cash. So we are acting in the best interest of the protocol, no matter what we decide to do. That's the cardinal point, really.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for the answer. This is what I wanted to say. Share this opinion, formed both with my opinion and what I heard in the space.
Thanks, Coffee Man. I
We're
appreciate
talking
it.
with a few other projects out there, which I will not name. And like one of the thing that we stated from our side is that, like Chris was saying, it's the DeFi, it's going through this constant cycle. Like it's nonstop. It's always cycling between reflections and high APYs and nodes and this and that, and it goes around. And I think all it takes is one or two great projects that are going to be the catalyst for this sort of sentiment to come back around. And look, I think we're approaching that cycle where we're coming back towards this successful passive income project. And I think this is what we're building here. This is definitely something that people that are going to be sticking with us, medium to long term, will realize that we are building something that's great, that has a great vision, that will be super sustainable, and that's going to bring a lot of eyes back into the passive income space.
Yeah, I hope you're right, because I'm invested in 12 node projects, and this will be the 13th one. So I really want to believe that what you're saying is true. But what I can definitely say is that, yeah, it only takes one, not even two, one project that does well to turn it around and to turn the attention to that type of project.
Yeah, we're with you here, mate. Like, don't worry. I think it's something, like, as a team we discuss a lot internally as well, in terms of the general sentiment and where we're going with this. So I think we'll manage to differentiate ourselves a lot from what everybody else is doing in the space currently, and we'll pull through.
Yeah.
It's just in the end, it's all fucking due to this absolute garbage market. Like every day I wake up, I look at the charts and I'm like, fucking hell, like another fucking.
So I think most of us would rather see it go full bear,
Yeah, just be done with it.
And be done with it. Yeah. I mean, see it like this is more sideways than anything. So it's just creating panic, anxiety. But yeah, it is what it is, man. Okay, thank you, guys.
Thank you, Coffee.
Thanks, Coffee. You're a great guy. All right, we got Timo back up next. Is he coming? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, just wanted to catch up to Coffee's last sentence. Like, the best thing that could happen is that the market nukes before you buy in.
Exactly.
Or before you launch.
Yeah,
but
man,
you don't know when that's going to happen. Like, Bitcoin could go sideways to slightly up for weeks before it crashes down to 26K, let's say.
Why do you keep saying 26K, mate? Do you know something that I don't?
It's TA guy, man. It's his TA guy.
Yeah. I mean, sorry to cut you off, but yeah, he's right about the 26.
No, look,
I'm not saying that it will happen, but it's just
it could.
case.
The chances are sadly pretty high, to be honest.
What's it going to?
Yeah,
260k? Was that 260k?
Yeah, yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
nice.
We're all getting rich, mate.
In 3 weeks. Fantastic. You heard it here
Yeah,
first. Timo
no, it
Genza.
started yesterday. Tweet me on
financial
Twitter.
advice.
All right.
Let's go, guys. Follow him on Twitter.
Yeah.
If you look at
Please go ahead. I don't care.
if you look at this current bear market, yeah, we are already at between 50% to 90% discounted on everything in the crypto space. How much lower can we possibly go?
Yeah, like another 50% worst case, but let's not hope so.
My God. Yeah, I mean, look, it's I think it's a good, healthy discussion to have as a community, in terms of what is expected from this project, and it's just a difficult situation to be in, and I think the only thing that we're really a little bit concerned about is the market, because it's just what it is, man.
Yeah, it's just horrible since November, to be honest. Like, it hasn't really been fun since Christmas. Because it's just sideways, then goes a little more down, then goes sideways. Fake, like a bull fake, and it goes back more down. Like, it's like that for almost half a year now. And yeah, it's for sure for your projects, it's pretty hard to know what the best time is. I know you could launch now, but yeah, you really don't know what's going to happen.
Absolutely, but then it's a good time to be in things like Elevate, trading bots, etc., because we're making money whether the market goes up, whether the market goes down, whether it's volatile, whether we got big swings, whether we got scalping. So there's opportunity everywhere, and this little bit of breathing space while the market's a little bit dead, we're still working wonders with the treasury. So it's not all bad, Timo. Right? It's not all bad. I don't.
No. We're all making money now as well, so you can
That's it.
short. You
You know,
can
in
take
terms
the smaller trades.
In terms of I think it's a better position to launch a project towards the end of a bear market than it is to launch a project at the top of a bull market.
Yeah,
Because
that of course.
Yeah, for sure.
Like look at all the projects that launched like in November, December last year. Like no one's around. All that was hyped then, like it's dead.
Exactly, man. You got a couple of plays. You normally have projects launching at the peak of the bull, and they're like capital extraction projects like ShopX. They'll launch at a 200 million market cap. They'll raise a whole lot of money. They'll take all of that money out. The price will go down 99.999%, and they use that money to build through the bear. Now, like that, it's all right, but it's a little bit unethical, isn't it? Really, you're kind of lining the pockets of VCs.
Yeah,
But
no, it is.
But this is it. If we can play this right, launch it at a more optimum time, then ultimately everyone's going to make a whole lot more money, and then we're not going to carry that initial FUD that we probably will be labelled with. If we launch in this kind of market, we do a 2 to 3x. Everyone takes their money, then it capitulates, and there we are. But we're in a very fortunate position. We've got, like you said earlier, with Aleph, they've just launched. They've done a 2x from launch. So it'll be interesting to watch them over the coming days and kind of see how they perform. And we might even take that into consideration, eh?
Yeah, I saw on Twitter that you also did like a full whitelist allocation, or did you buy in? If I
Yeah,
can ask that.
I bought in. Yeah, I bought in. I buy into.
Today?
Oh no! Oh, sorry. I got a full whitelist allocation, but
Oh
paid.
yeah, all right.
Yeah, sorry.
I didn't get a full one, but like what they do so far, like I said earlier, you and Aleph are the only two, let's say, node projects that I'm looking at, because most is shit, and I didn't invest in any of it since December, since the market started to turn around. Like none of the projects. Name me one project that's doing good right now. Like even the OG Strong is complete trash. It's slowly at the point where gas fees and maintenance fees are equal to the value you get. So yeah,
But
I, ju-
David
I
Moss is
just
still happy, man. He's got 600,000 times 15 coming in a month. You know, that's not too bad.
yeah, but
Anyway, I'm
what
not going to talk
what
about
are they
Strong, all right?
doing with it? Like, so such a
I don't want
poor.
to talk
That's what I
Strong,
like
Timo.
about your
It makes
project.
me angry. All right, it makes me upset talking about Strong, thinking about what I once had and what I now do not. All right.
Yeah, I feel that, bro. It was my first big project where I invested 5 figures into it, and yeah, we see what we have now. We don't lose money yet, but yeah,
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see.
we see. But it's just poor communication, and that's what's spreading all the FUD on Twitter.
Yeah,
And that's what I like
lessons
about your
learned, man.
project. Yeah, like you're
Yeah.
fully open to what you're doing. You're doing good announcements, funny things with the community, like all this gaming thing with the influencers. By the way, I'm still very sad that I didn't even got invited to that, but thank you. And yeah,
It's nothing personal, Timo. We just don't
yeah,
like
yeah.
you.
Fuck
All
you,
right.
Chris. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, what other community can you come into?
Let me
and
carry
start
you on
swearing?
Apex. Let me carry you on Apex, Chris.
Kick this guy off again. Right. We got any
You
other
say-
questions?
No,
Yeah, we got
it's
one
okay.
from Maverick actually.
Yeah,
Can I get him
Maverick
on?
wants to come up. All right,
Yeah,
cheers.
thank you, Timo,
I
man.
need
Thank
to
you.
cook
Thanks,
now.
Timo.
I wish you a great evening, and yeah,
Thank
see
you,
you
Timo.
soon. Bye bye.
Much love, man.
Cheers, Timo. All
Hey
right,
guys,
Maverick.
I just wanted to pop in and provide some positive outlook versus all the negative outlook on the market right now. I'll give you a little insight, right? I co-host along with Myron and Draco over on Bourbon and Blockchains twice a week. We review like most current trends, the news, and I'm telling you, we've been tracking like the institutional adoption rate of Bitcoin for some time now. And so like you hear things thrown out, crypto winter. I'm of the mindset we're not going to see another crypto winter as it was before, right?
Yeah.
Like we hear all this 26, 28. That's very true, but that's not a drastic drop, okay? So I'm of the mindset we're going to trade sideways until the institutional adoption picks up, and it's continuing to. Just to give you some insight, over the week, Goldman Sachs offered their first full Bitcoin-backed loan. All right,
Wow.
so you're talking one of the largest banks in the world, one of, and they're identifying and recognizing it, Bitcoin, as being a true store of value. So, hey, when we're talking about like timing the market and all that, look, I think we're going to see some sideways motion. We could see some rebounds, but what we're really going to see, whenever the first bank offers Bitcoin as a store of value, where they hold it for the individuals, that will be the key that unlocks what we're all looking for, right? Like that's when where the average person that doesn't know anything about a wallet or how to hold it or how to store it, and they're scared of it. It's on my phone. What the heck is this world coming to? Now their bank keeps it on their books. They own it, and then they fractionalize and sell it to, or allow individuals to own it as members of their bank. And don't quote me on this, but somebody I respect highly in the financial world and in the crypto world is telling me that we're likely to see that before the end of the year, where the first bank comes out. At least that's what they're banking on. And so, hey, look, I'm just bringing some positive sentiment and outlook. Yeah, I think we're going to be trading more sideways. So when we're talking about optimum time, I don't really know if we have an optimum time. I think now, this week or next week is as good as any. We may pick up a little percentage here and there by weighting it and timing it just perfect. But for the long vision that you guys are bringing to the table with Europa, I see it, now as good a time as any. And, hopefully the people that I'm listening to are correct in their presumptions. And we see institutional adoption and regulation coming that benefits us and further bolsters people's confidence in crypto as a whole. So, sorry.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, first of all,
Long-winded.
no, not at all, man. Not at all. I was just thinking about was it BlackRock just announced, or it was about a week ago now, announced that they can invest a portion of your pension fund into Bitcoin.
Yep.
Which,
Hey, man, every
I
week.
mean, this is it, man. There's an announcement every other day. Don't get me wrong, man. We are long term and, to be honest, mid term and even to an extent short term bullish. The purpose of this was more just to try and find that optimum time and just to suss out what everyone else was thinking.
Sure. No, I think right now is a good time as any. If you look at the pricing right now, we may see some dips, but I think we're going to be on upwards trajectory here in the near future. So positive all around, guys. No, I hear other people talking, doom and gloom, right? It's been bad since November, December. Yeah, I mean, it depends on if you zoom in or zoom out on the chart. Okay, so yeah, just wanted to throw my 2 cents in.
Yeah, appreciate that as always, man, and a fantastic profile picture. We love and value and respect you endlessly. When are you going to get us onto blockchain and Bourbon anyway, eh? That's the real question.
Hey, you're welcome anytime. Actually, Draco mentioned that to me just the other day. Let's bring some of the guys on. I said, I know I can get Ginger. He likes to talk.
Oi, well, I don't like why everyone keeps saying this about me, man.
He was happy
Hey,
until he heard.
it was a compliment, Chris. Compliment.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. I'm not
All right.
Sheldon Cooper, man. I don't quite get the sarcasm.
All right, guys. Have a good day. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you, man. Much love.
All right.
Cheers, Maverick. All right, and we got maybe our last one. It's been about 2 hours, so our last one for the day. Meliv.
I have to go pick up my wife from the airport in like 3 hours. I have not seen her in a month.
Oh, wow, man.
Oh, it's gonna be so sweet.
I'm happy for you, man. I just wanted to add some end on a positive note as well. Now he spoke about a bit about the markets, what's happening with BlackRock. If you guys are familiar with Fidelity, a huge investment firm as well, they got over roughly 8 trillions in the total asset under management, directly 2.8 liquidity. They're very large as well. They just allowed for 2% of all their portfolio management for like people who have their retirements for 1OK to be invested in Bitcoin specifically, and some more in cryptocurrencies and all the coins coming. That's if they do that over even a short, it's not going to happen directly, but over a larger time frame. But the added value of what Bitcoin is today, right now, around 38 to 40K. With that, we're above 180K per Bitcoin just from their injection as well, based on supply and demand. Just to give you an outlook of how that might work. That's not financial advice, but that is one-to-one with supply that's available versus how much is mined with the amount of money that company alone can throw into just Bitcoin. Grayscale is very close to having a spot coin ETA approved, and they're ready to sue if it doesn't happen. The SEC finally gave advisement of why the previous one have been cancelled, and now they have adjusted for that, and they're very confident that might get approved. Someone saying late June, early July, and Grayscale is moving into Europe as well. The adoption of the amount of wallets that's happening on chain, if you guys are interested in that sort of thing as well, is still skyrocketing across all the various different networks. It's like watching the internet as well when that was first exploding, and we were so early in adoption, it's crazy. So I know it's looking rough over there right now, and whatever your general opinion is on various coins and stuff like that, it doesn't really matter, because in the entire ecosystem in general, it's over the long term, it should look very good. Not financial advice, of course, but if everyone ever want to have a talk about that sort of stuff, I'm crazy with all those metrics and stuff. I find it fascinating. So I think there's good times ahead as well. Just got to zoom out a bit.
All right, Meliv for president.
Man, this guy, honestly.
Yeah.
No, in the end, guys, we're happy to just do whatever is the general consensus. But the way we see it is, if we decide as a community to delay and slow down the rewards until we launch, there will be feud. Yeah. If we decide to launch and the price action at the launch doesn't reflect everybody's expectation, there will be feud. So no matter what we do, there will be feud. So let's just make it happen. Let's make this as good as it has to be. And yeah, let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's go. Rousing speech from our leader there. We have one last one, you think? Do we have time, Joe?
Yeah, if you can say his name right, man.
Oh shit! He just pronounced it just now. I've forgotten already. Mielzelke, is that right?
That's pretty damn
Oh.
good.
That's close enough for you, Graham. That's okay.
Oh wow! Just because I'm Asian. Wow.
No,
Hey, go
I
ahead, man.
almost forgot to ask a question. I was too busy with Lightspeed. So,
Bruh.
but I'm really liking the what you're doing with the cell tags because well, it worked out great for Hive, so having such a high cell tags at the beginning. Does it decrease by second or does it decrease by day? What?
It's not linear, so as per second, it's gonna be by day. Yeah, so it's gonna be 5%, 24 every 24 hours post launch. It will be reduced by 5%.
Mm-hmm. And why did you guys decide to put it all the way down to 0 and not just stay at 5 or 10%, for example?
Because we already have a claim tax, and I think it's quite unfair for you guys to have a claim tax of 15%, and then in addition to that have a sales tax. The way we see it anyway is that we have like enough utility for our Orbit token right off the bat with everything that's coming with the launch in terms of the pay to play, the creating your collectors behind cooldowns, the cooldown reduction. So we have enough for people to do with the tokens, as opposed to some of these other projects where once you've bought your node or your NFT, there's absolutely fuck all to do with your token. So we feel that we have enough right now to shake out a lot of the people that will be swing trading the token quite early on, and then we can just get on with it. And I think it's quite I think a lot of people don't understand this, the fact that all these investments that are currently generating a lot of money that we've made, this will be reflected to the people that are in the ecosystem, and not to the people that are like sort of swing trading it on the daily. So yeah, I mean, look, we're pretty happy with the current launch. In addition to that, we'll likely have some limitation in terms of how much tokens you can buy at the very start and how much tokens you can sell probably for the first couple of hours. So yeah, look, we can't do much more than what we're doing for the launch.
Mm-hmm.
If-
And
if-
I think it was definitely an option to do, but like to basically hurt the people flipping a little bit more. Let's say, for example, you could have reduced like the claim tax by 5 and up the sell tax by 5 in the end, but you guys have figured it out. But
the claim tax, it's a variable metric. Yeah, so it's something that we can easily sort of move at any given time. But the sales tax is a little bit more complicated because it has to be written in the contracts before we deploy them. So it's not something that we can simply change on the go. It means that we have to sort of like redeploy and run the projections again. But no, I think we're looking pretty good. Like 10 days is a long time to have a tax on the token already.
I think people should keep in mind that because so much is off chain, and some of it, of course, is on chain, a bunch of the important part, the team has a lot of control and they're able to adjust on the fly. And being fully doxed to the transparencies and all these AMA, in my opinion, makes up for the extra control. And is also needed, in my opinion, to have a DeFi project be able to adjust on the get-go. A bunch of other projects may even have good intention or good ideas, but they lack the compatibility and the eligibility to even implement them on the get-go, and that hopefully wouldn't be an issue here, at least not as much.
Well, that's definitely a great point.
You.
Yeah, buddy. So we got no more questions then, eh? We all It's probably 2:15 in the morning for Graham at the minute, and like Joe said, he hasn't seen his wife in a month, and he's going to leave her sitting at the airport for half an hour because he's here talking to us. So just imagine we can all hear you again, a little one of them. Hey, yay! Right now, sorry, back to you.
Thank you guys so much. Hopefully Graham did record that. Otherwise, we can just like fire him as usual.
Miami. Yeah. I got you. Man.
Pass him over to coffee for a few weeks.
Yeah, like I was about to say, he's gonna get me for 12 hours, and then the next 12 hours I come back to you guys. It's just no sleep for me at all.
But yeah, thank you all, man. It's been fun.
Thanks for taking the time, guys.
It was great. Nice seeing you guys.
Much love.
Thanks everyone for coming.
Cheers, guys.
Have a good one.